It's a sad, sad situation, and it's getting more and more absurd. Stop. It's sad, so sad. Why can't we talk it over? Oh, seems to... Hello, Charlie. Charlie's just jumped up on the sofa. Anyway, ignore me. Hello, honeys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're just joining me now, then hi, my name is Imogen. I do story times. I do makeup hauls. I do clothing hauls. I do testing makeup videos. I do challenge videos. I do videos of my fiance, my family. What else do? I do quite a lot of videos over here. And today we're doing a story time. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and join my family of Huns because I have so much content coming your way. I'm actually uploading 3 times a week at the moment, which is Tuesdays, Saturdays and Sundays. So make sure you subscribe and hit that post notification bell on so you can get notified when I upload. Make sure you hit that like button as well because angels, it really helps your baby girl out. Also today I'm really excited because I just launched something. I just told everyone something really exciting. So make sure you go and click the video, which is just before this video. I'll link it in the description below because, oh my goodness. And if you haven't already seen it on Instagram, then go and check my Instagram because so exciting. Anyway, let's get in with the video. So if you haven't watched all the previous story times, I'll link them below as well because I think I've done like 7 now. So this is the 8th story time, which is I'm not even, am I halfway through? I don't even think I'm halfway through yet. Oh my goodness, it's actually worrying. But I have so many story times and I have so many other story times after that. And let's just, I don't even know, like just ignore me. I don't even know. I think these things have happened to me so I can tell all of you about them. Anyway, so following on from my previous story time, which is me working at Nationwide. This is a big story. Like wait until the end because something happens which is so scary and worrying and just like, oh my goodness, like you wouldn't even believe that that would happen. And it just made me, oh, it just made me hate men. It was horrible. It was a horrible, horrible situation for this poor, poor person. Basically, I got the job, I was so buzzing and I started working in branch for 2 weeks. Now in those 2 weeks, you have to, oh, by the way, I was working in Nationwide as a personal banking manager. So I got the job and I was working in the Lewis branch for 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks before you go on your training course. So today I'm gonna be talking all about the training course, but also I'm gonna be talking to you just quickly about me working in the branch. So when I was working in the branch, I was the youngest person that worked there. And the girl that was just leaving, that I was taking her position, she was really talented at the job and she went to Brighton, the Brighton store and got promoted. So she was amazing. So I had some really big boots to fill. However, I was thinking I'm only going to work here for 3 months. What are they going to do without me? The other ladies in the staff were a bit older than me, actually quite a bit older than me, and had been at the branch for 20 years minimum. So I was like, oh my goodness, they're going to absolutely hate me because I'm joining and I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, these people that honestly, they're better than the management. Like the people that work behind the tills knew more than the manager because they'd worked there for so long. Who hadn't got lipstick on my teeth? Anyway, so they worked there a long, long time. So then all of a sudden this young girl, 19, comes in and I'm like, hi, I really want to be here and help you. You know, just annoying. They're probably like, just go away. Oh, just swore. See ya. Basically, my manager, if anyone has watched The Office ever, that is who my manager was. My manager was Ricky Gervais. I can't explain it to you. She did not know, his name's David Brent in The Office, but she did not know a thing, my Huns. Like, I can't explain it to you. I would go to the lady behind the till who'd worked there for 24 years and she would tell me what the manager actually would get wrong. So I'd go to the manager and be like, I'm just sort of just wondering how this works. And she would tell me something. It would be completely wrong. The manager would have no clue. I was like, what is, ow. Sorry, my stomach's really hurting. Ah, oh, jeez Louise, my stomach's been playing up. Sorry, okay. Ow. Okay, it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna get my hot water bottle in a minute. So we had to pass these tests in order to be able to go through to the training academy. So training academy again was a 2-week process that you have to pass tests of to be able to be a personal banking manager. Don't know why I went like that. But anyway, I had to do these exams and I did the exams all in branch and you have to study a lot and then you do the exams. Anyway, so because they were quite understaffed, my manager basically said to me, skip the exams, don't worry about them, just come and work directly with me behind the tills. I'll get you till trained and you can do all that for the moment. And then you'll really know the process behind the tills and all those things so that when you actually become a personal banking manager, you'll know the other side of things. It'll really help you. And I was like, okay, amazing. Anyway, I said, but what's going to happen with the exams? And she went, oh, I'll do them all for you. She was like, I'll just do them. They're so easy. I'll just click them. They're so easy. And I was like, oh, really? Okay. She failed all of them. What? She failed all of them. The manager of the whole branch failed all of the tests. So then, wait for this, I get a call from the district manager who manages all of the Nationwide in the district, and he calls me and he's like, Imogen, like we had such high hopes for you and we are going to let you on the training course, but you're going to have to retake the tests again. And I was like, right, wait for this, She puts him on loudspeaker and she goes, I know, it's absolutely so gutting, but I think she was just having an off day. I was like, baby girl. And at the time, I was like, she's my manager. Like, I can't go and dog her out because I've got to work with her every single day for 3 months. So I can't go, by the way, she's lying. She took the test for me. You couldn't imagine it, could you? They all thought I don't even know. They all thought she's really dumb and she didn't pass any of these tests because some of them were easy that she failed. Like, some of them were actually easy. And this woman's worked for Nationwide for years. And I was like, what is going on? What is going on? I honestly was like, but I did actually tell that manager one day, I was like, listen, hun, just gonna let you know, I did pass those tests myself the second time, but the first time, baby girl, the manager, she took them all for me, and he was like, I thought something was up. I was thinking, do you not wanna reassess the situation about the fact that your manager doesn't know the personal banking manager tests? No, he didn't. He didn't. Anyway, so it comes around to when I passed all the tests when I actually took them, because I found them quite simple. Some of them were a bit difficult, but they were multiple choice. However, there was always 2 that were really similar and you know what, blah, blah, blah. But I think I did quite well with those things. When I revise for something, I feel like I really work hard for it. So anyway, you just don't even know. So we went on this training course, and the training course was in Swindon, which is quite cut off from the world. So they put us up in a hotel for 2 weeks. And when I arrived at the hotel, there were a lot of different people there, and people that weren't really, I felt like, oh my goodness, I'm stuck with these people for 2 weeks. They weren't really, not that they weren't my kind of people that I wouldn't be able to get on with anyone, because I feel like I can get on with most people. But they were just, they looked at me very much like, you're a young, dumb girl. Honestly, they thought I was so dumb because I can come across quite ditzy because I have no common sense. Like the other day, I didn't even know what season we're in. And I said that winter then turns into autumn. It doesn't, does it? I got corrected by my fiance. He was like, turns into spring. And that's just the kind of things I say that people are like, are you all right? My common sense is a joke. I'm actually very intelligent on paper. Like my GCSEs and A-levels and my degree shows that. However, just I say the most stupid things and I'm just ditzy. I'm ditzy, but I'm not stupid. But they were so judgmental. You could see they were looking at me like I was the youngest on the course. They were like, what is this girl doing? She's gonna fail her exams at the end of this 2 weeks. And I was kind of like the laughing, joking person from the get-go. And I found it quite intimidating because it was free alcohol on the course and they were all drinking all the time. They'd stay up till like 2 o'clock in the morning and then come to the course the next day at 8, and it was like 8 till 6 full on course. Like it was an intense course. You had to do like a lot of different sort of situations with customers and just learn a lot because there's so many things that you can get wrong because they're regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. You have to really, and the Financial Services Ombudsman or something like that. I can't remember because it was a long time ago, but there were so many things that went into it that you could be illegal if you didn't say the right thing. So you had to say the right thing all the time because you can't give advice. You have to make sure that you're not leading someone down the garden path. You have to kind of just, you know, give them every option. And then if they want that option, they take it. You can't go, this is the best option for you because they could sue you. I know. But what I just want to quickly tell you is when I got to the course, when I went into my hotel room, you're gonna die at this, right? So I had this hotel room for 2 weeks. I never even knew hotel rooms like this existed. I think it was a I think it was a Premier Inn or a Travel Lodge. I don't know, but they had a Starbucks downstairs and I was so buzzing about it. But we weren't allowed to claim the Starbucks back, so I always had to pay for my coffees every morning. But everyone else got their own coffees from the place, you know, because like, you got like £20 a day food. I think it was like that. Yeah, you got it expensed. Anyway, you'll die at this. So I get into my room. I'm rolling up. I'm thinking 2 weeks. I hope this is a nice hotel room. I go in. And there isn't just 1 double bed. There isn't 2 double beds. There isn't 3 double beds. There's 4 double beds. 4 double beds in 1 room. You wouldn't believe it. It was like double, double, all the windows, double, double. It was a family room. I was like, what is going on? I felt like I'd hit the jackpot. I was like, I am winning at life right now. Honestly, I called my mum. I FaceTimed my mum and I was like, Mum, look at this. I thought everyone had them. So then I come down the next morning at breakfast and I'm like, hi everyone. You know, we'd already had like the pre-dinner beforehand to get to know everyone. And then I was like, oh my goodness, my room is amazing. And they were like, oh really? And I was like, I've got 4 double beds. And they were like, what? They were annoyed. And because I felt like everyone had them, I was then like, oh, everyone hates me. You know, like, why'd you say such silly things? Like, sometimes I have a big mouth and I feel like everyone's gonna like that, but sometimes people just don't. I'm like, oh, we've all got double beds, we've all got 4. And they're like, we haven't got 4, we've got 1. you know? I should probably tell you the story about the room before I go into the training course and other things like that, but let's just talk about this. This actually happened, like, you won't believe it. So we had one half day and we came back from the half day, and this was our one half day. And they were like, you can do whatever you want. I was like, Swindon, there's not too much. No offense to anyone that lives in Swindon, but there isn't too much to do when you don't drive. I didn't drive. So getting a taxi, I didn't even know where the town centre was. So anyone that lives in Swindon, you can tell me what I should have done, but I didn't do anything. So I just stayed in the hotel room. So anyway, I had a little afternoon nap, and I was napping. And all of a sudden, I mean, I had a deep sleep nap. I must have been knackered because it was quite intense for me to be waking up all the time, blah, blah, and doing this full-on intense course. I'd had a nap and I woke up and I stepped out of bed and I heard running water. Like running water. And I was like, I hadn't had a bath. I hadn't had a shower. I was like, what's going on? When I stepped out of the bed, I stepped into water like that deep. My foot, it was past my ankle, the water. I was like, the whole room. And when I mean I had the family room, I had a big room. So the amount of water that had to fill that room, it was mad. I don't know how it wasn't seeping through. I can't explain it to you. I can't explain it to you. So I'm absolutely shitting a brick. Excuse my language, but I had to say that. I go into the bathroom. I'm walking through this water and I'm like, what is going on? And the tap is running in the bath and I'm trying to turn it off, but it's not. It's actually just coming out. Like, as in, I'm trying to turn the taps, but they're not even on. So like, the water was just flowing. So I call downstairs and I'm like, my room is leaking. Like, I'm screaming. I'm like, what's going on? So this guy comes up and he's like, we're gonna have to move you. I'm like, oh my God, my stuff. Like, what's going on? Like, all my clothes are on the floor because I'm a messy baby girl. And yeah, you would know that when I get changed, everything's on the floor. So then I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Sorry about that, Hans. But I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And I was like, I need to rinse this situation. Like, I need to make the most of this situation. So anyway, they ended up dry cleaning all my clothes that weren't actually needed dry clean. I was like, I'm gonna give them all of the clothes. So I gave them all of the clothes, and then, you can't believe this, they gave me £250 to spend at the spa. Because this was your baby girl. I was like this. Honestly, I'm in my new room and I'm quite sad because just all my clothes are ruined and it's quite traumatic. Like, honestly, Hans, you will die. But I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get something out of this. Like, I can't believe, because something could have happened to me. I mean, you know, it wasn't gonna happen to me, but because the water was like that deep. But I'm still gonna tell you that your baby girl can complain. If she wants to get something, she can complain. Anyway, they gave me £250 to go spend at the spa. I had a lovely massage, I had a lovely facial. You can't believe it. I went back the next day and they were all like, what? They were like, Imogen, only you. I was like, only me. Honestly, you can't believe it. They also gave me, the hotel, free, like a coffee card for every morning. I think there was like £3 for every morning. Spent it in Starbucks, didn't I? Don't worry about me. And at the time, I didn't have the Starbucks order that I actually have now. I wish I did, because the Starbucks order I have now is the dreamiest thing in the world. I need another Starbucks. I've already had the Starbucks this morning. But anyway, you couldn't believe it. I woke up and it was flooded. And I was like, oh my goodness. And my clothes, and just, I went to spa, came back the next day and they were all like, you know, annoyed. They were like, only you, Imogen. And they then transferred me into the other family room. So I still had 4 double beds. You're also going to die at this part of the story. So on the training course, everyone thought I wasn't going to pass. They were like, oh, she's dumb, she's ditzy. Anyway, at one point, this is so cringe. I can't even believe, I actually can't believe it. Like, when I was, you know, writing notes on my phone to like remember what was going on in the story, because I have to like, these story times, like, they don't just come out of my head because I'm thinking, I've got to go back these memories. So I make notes of like the chronological order, because otherwise I'll just go off on tangents, even though I already do anyway. But this was funny. So they make us like talk about talents that we want to do and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I like singing. In front of 25 people on this course, all around a big like circular table, I got up and sang. They're like, oh, sing for us, sing for us. And I was like, no, I'm so shy. 19, couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. Because if you tried to get me up now in front of 25 people to sing, no chance. Especially when I'm on a training course with them, and especially when none of them like me. I know none of them like me, because they'd all go out in the evenings to like chat and stuff. I'd never get invited for the dinners or the things. Anyway, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna actually sing to you now what I sang. I sung Christina Aguilera, Come On Over Baby. Yeah, my favourite song from back in the day. Ready? I literally got up and was like, hey boy, don't you know I got something going on? Yes, I do. All my friends are gonna come, gonna party all night long. Oh yeah, I know, you know. So baby, don't pretend you won't keep me guessing if you You will or you won't. Don't wanna play that game with you, baby. Listen to me. All I want is you. Come over here, baby. I did the growl and everything. All I want is you. You know you make me go crazy. All I want is you. Now, baby, don't be shy. You better. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I'm so cringe. I am so cringe. I am so cringe. I'm so cringe. My actual all body is like shivered with cringe right now. Yeah, I actually got up and sang and gravelled. Am I all right? Sorry, and is my hair all right? Don't think so. You can't even imagine it. I got up in front of these people that didn't like me and sang. Yeah. And they were like, oh my God, you're like so like confident. And I was like, oh my goodness, no, I'm not. Because when it came round to the actual presenting of things, you had to do it in front of the people and you had to like actually do your final exam in front of everyone. It was so scary and so nerve-wracking and it was just horrible and whatever. I'm very, very happy that I actually passed the tests. I passed and I passed with flying colours. They were like, you're going to be such a good personal banking manager. It was amazing. It was amazing. I couldn't believe I passed. But this is where it really took a really twisted turn, because 3 days before everyone's final exam, basically there was this guy on the course who I really didn't like. He was a real mouse chauvinist, W-A-N-K-E-R. He was horrible. He was honestly, he was married, he had kids, his wife had just had a baby. He was awful. He would sweat so much. He sat there, he was just greasy, he was horrible. Like, I know I'm describing him like that, I don't care if anyone sweats, but you know when you just don't like someone, like I sweat, I'm sweating now actually, but I mean, you know when you just think someone is so nasty, like the way he spoke about his wife, like, yeah, she hasn't lost her baby weight, and he's sitting there and he's like, he's massive. And you're thinking, you're going to be nasty about your wife having a baby. Like, how dare you? Like, be the size you want to be. Like, it doesn't matter about that. But how dare you speak about your wife that's just given birth to a baby? And he was like, she's fat. She doesn't come near me anymore. He'd speak to everyone about it. He was so horrible. He was like, she just had a baby and she had a cesarean section. He was like, she's got scars. She sits on her ass all day. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, when did your wife give birth? He was like, 8 days ago. I was like, you awful human being. You awful, awful human being. He was like, dinners have got slack. I was like, I hate you. Anyway, so he was a manager from a branch in the Midlands. I can't remember where it was from. I couldn't tell you where. But he was a manager from a branch up there. And basically, because he'd been off for a while, maybe I think with his wife, or I don't know, maybe he had paternity leave. I don't really know what happened. But he was off. He had to be retrained on the new updated version of the personal banking managers. So he was basically on our course to look at what was going on with personal banking managers, and then he had to do a exam at the end to prove that he was okay to go back into the branch and be the manager. There was this really sweet girl on the course, I'll call her Lucy, let's call her Lucy. She was a really, really sweet girl. She was the only person that actually made an effort to talk to me. She was about 30, but really, really sweet. Had gone through quite a lot in life. She was telling me that she was fostered and she'd gone through quite a lot in life. And anyway, she became close with everyone. However, this one night downstairs, I wasn't down there, but unfortunately, she went back up to where their rooms were. Her room was next door to the horrible man, and he ended up actually sexually assaulting her. Like, he actually has a wife, has a child, 2 children, and he was 47, I would say, and he ended up actually assaulting a 30-year-old. It doesn't matter how old she was, he assaulted someone, so he ended up getting thrown off the course. So the next day when we went in, she was so shook up, bless her. She was so shaken. She had to go to the police station. I mean, he lost his job, evidently. But it was just awful. It was absolutely awful, that poor, poor girl. And, you know, credit to her, she was amazing. She still passed the course. She was absolutely phenomenal. And we were all there backing her, like, you need to go to the police. And us girls, there was 3 of us, we actually went with her to the police station and waited with her, because any girl that goes through that traumatic experience, like the fact that she was so strong and went and reported it and stood up for herself and stood up for women who get assaulted, stood up for anyone that gets assaulted, I was like, you are amazing. And she ended up passing the course, and she was just phenomenal, and my hats are off to her. And it was just such a horrific experience. And I think, how is he meant to go home to his wife and now tell his wife what he's done, because the police will have got in touch and all those things? And I just think the poor wife, she's just given birth and she's married to this man who's an absolute disgusting, evil person. And you just couldn't believe it. When I came back and told my manager what had gone on the course, she was like, what is going on? Like, what actually went on? And you wouldn't believe it, would you? You just can't actually believe it. It was just mad. It was mad. It was just absolutely like, oh, that poor, poor girl. And having been through something similar myself, like, you just, your heart is just, it bleeds for that person, because you just think it's something you don't get over fully ever. But she was amazing, she was absolutely amazing, and he got his justice, I hope, anyway. You know, I hope he got his karma, because you can't go around doing that to anyone. It's disgusting, it's evil, and he needs help. Essentially, he needs help. Anyway, so that is, I'm sorry to end on that note, but I wanted to tell you that bit at the end, so it wasn't so, you know, like I told you at the beginning. But yeah, so I ended up going back into the working environment, past my course, and I will tell you about how it ends in the next video, and how that sort of goes down when I have to tell my manager of 3 months that I'm leaving, and it was just awful, and I'll tell you all about that. So I'll tell you about how it was back in the branch and when I left in the next video. But I will see you next Sunday for next story time. I will see you on Tuesday, Friday and Sunday next week, because Friday is my big launch of the products. I'm going to be showing you all the products that I've just launched with a brand. Oh my goodness, and you'll see all the detailing of the packaging, you'll see everything. So I'll see you on Friday the 4th of March, but I'll see you Tuesday, Friday and Sunday next week. I love you all so much. I really hope you enjoyed this story time, and if anything like that has happened to you in the past, or anything like that has happened to you recently, please, it doesn't matter how long it's been, please, please, please report it. Please definitely go to all of the helplines at Childline. There's so many different helplines to help you, so I'll link all the helplines down below as well, because you need to speak up, speak out, because angels, please don't suffer in silence. I love you all so much. You are all so strong, and until next time, I'm gonna love you and I'm gonna leave you. I love you all so much. Thanks for watching this video. Bye.